Another rule of the game for me, as far as communication would go, was attitude. And this was really useful to keep in mind when I didn't understand what it meant to have clarity of mind. Like when I didn't get it, I used to technique it. And among the techniques was setting this attitude that enabled hypnotic communication to happen even when I was horrible at rapport, because I was just overthinking stuff. And part of this attitude that allows for hypnotic communication, even people with horribly noisy heads, is think of a mindset. I don't like using the word mindset anymore because it's a fixed set, not flexible, but let's try that anyway. Think of an attitude, a mindset that includes first going first, like what you want a person to feel. Feel first in yourself. You want to feel confident? You want to make another person feel confident? Start there. And you want to make a person feel cheerful? Be cheerful yourself. You want to endeavor to make a positive change in another person's life? Feel that positive change in you first, and that carries over like really instantly. So, go first. And be fun. Things are just so much easier when we take a lightheartedness to what we do. And this works on so many neurologic levels. We've got to have that talk sometime about how useful fun is for just getting things done. So go first, have fun, and be like water. And this tracks back to that thing I'm saying about adapting. And like the way Bruce put it, be like water, my friend. Whatever you pour into, you take the form of, you take the shape of, and you can still return to your original form. So adaptability. So go first, be fun, be adaptive like water, and take on this idea, this notion that we use in surgery of non-invasiveness, where you're trying as much as possible to not violate the person's sanctity of belief at first, but just sit where you are and be a human being in front of another human being and let rapport set in and try as gently as possible. So by example, at the clinics, as much as possible, if we can do it with something that's hands-on or with some supplement or another, or as much as possible with some form of coaching or re-education, we start there. And if that doesn't work, we consider some form of therapy or an injection. And if that doesn't work, maybe surgery, sure. But we start off as non-invasively as possible. So go first, be fun, be like water, my friend, be non-invasive. And there's this notion I have of Aikido, meaning you go with the flow. It's kind of like an extension of be like water, my friend. Be of the spirit of Jeet Kune Do. Here, be like Aikido is to roll with punches and not have to defend yourself against everything, but to kind of go with it. And this notion echoes in another martial art, Sistema, of the Russians. And there's this notion basically of that you roll with a punch and you allow the coil back to do what needs to be done. Or you take the force that's thrown against you and you use that to get done what you'd like to have done. Okay? So, go first, be fun, be like water, be as non-invasive as possible, be Aikido, be Aikido-ish, and to meet challenges where they arise. Like, don't be afraid. If you've done all of these earlier steps, don't be afraid to engage. Engagement is necessary, and backing off will just get you in a rut. And if you keep backing off, you can't help another person. I have this notion, by example, of kindness, where I'm kind, but I'm not nice. Nice is just pandering to the lowest common denominator and going with whatever the person likes or that they're comfortable with. I'm not nice. I don't want to be nice. I am kind. I mean, I do what it takes to help another person out, even if it entails me not being nice. So I can be completely abrasive to a person's thoughts, beliefs, ideas, because these are not the person. And I can be completely loving and forgiving of a person because the person is who she or he is. And that's a totally different thing from their thoughts, their beliefs, their emotions. So you can be truly kind without having to be nice. And so you go first, you be fun, you be like water, my friend, you be as non-invasive as possible, you aikido your way through things, you meet challenges, and then you can, if you'd like, go through this cycle where you train and tame. Meaning, you go through a cycle where you take a person through a starting point A to an ending point B, and then you do it again and you do it again, so that each time it's like going up a mountain. So eventually the person's used to, oh yeah, I can do that change, I can do that change, and eventually they've done a huge change, not possible without kind of like that little cycle going up. And we used to have this notion of the law of repetition, where the more times you go through like a positive blitz cycle in hypnosis, the deeper it goes in, the better and stronger the effects. So it's kind of like that. So you go first, you be fun, you be like water, you be as non-invasive as possible, you aikido your way through, you meet challenges, and you train and tame. Okay, and the tame part is, it's kind of like you're taking care of, I like feral cats, like feral kittens, they'll bite everyone else, but I have this weird notion that cats are nice to me. So like feral cats, and there's no real like, not like dogs. Dogs are domesticated. There is no truly domesticated cat. They don't pander to us. They don't try to get on our nice side. They're nice to us if they like to be. And so I like this notion of training and taming a feral cat of a belief in another person. And if you can do that, you can train a belief to undo itself.